You may have wondered what leader-member exchange theory was all about. Well, LMX Theory for short analyses the relationship between leaders and followers. The LMX theory started in the 1970s. However, previous theories assumed that leaders treated all followers the same way. The LMX theory challenges this assumption and believes that leaders treat followers differently.
My apologies, I'm just going to have to stop you there. Firstly, I'm just loving your cute little pictures, but seriously, let's get real. Surely it's only the really bad leaders that treat their followers differently? I certainly don't. Anyway, please carry on.
LMX theory categorizes followers into two groups, being the in-group and the out-group.
Psst, hey Mac, this isn't kindergarten. Lighten up on the in-group, out-group stuff. That surely only applies to dud leaders, not this clever bunch watching.
The LMX theory is centered on the interactions and relationships between leaders and followers. It focuses on the dyadic relationship for leaders and followers when forming groups. The LMX theory supports the creation of in and out groups.
Stop! Now you're really starting to annoy me. I told you that in and out group stuff only applies to really dodgy leaders. It has no relevance to me, and no doubt no relevance to any of these people watching it. Now drop it.
Suggests that there are three stages when forming these groups. The first phase is the stranger phase, when new group members join. Exchanges are rule-bound and low quality. The leader is assessing the skills and capabilities of new group members. The leader allocates tasks based on these skills. From the leader, characteristics such as enthusiasm, participation, and extroversion are valued. For the follower, characteristics such as being agreeable, pleasant, and trusting are important. The second phase is the acquaintance phase, when new members work within the team and have better social exchanges. The leader is testing new team members, expecting them to perform, and building trust. The leader now sorts teams into two groups, the in-group or the out-group.
Alright then, let's have this out. I don't get why you persist with this in and out group thing. I'm a pretty good leader, and I, like all the other pretty good leaders, do not relegate my staff into in and out groups. If anyone finds themselves on the outer, it's not about me, it's about them. They have chosen to be there. I treat all my staff equally.
What a lot of baloney! Have you no self-insight? I'm a member of your team and you have definitely pigeonholed me into the out-group. You're always asking Bob and Janice to sit on managers' meetings on your behalf, and you spend a lot more time with them. And you're always giving them more responsibilities.
What? Now just hang on a minute. You never want to do any extra work, and any time I've tried, you just give me the death stare and make it like you're doing me some huge favour. It's easier for me not to ask.
Are you an absolute buffoon? Of course I give you the death stare when you're like, oh, jokey with Bob and Janice all the time and give them special treatment. And then whenever you feel like it, you just come by and try and dump extra work on me.
Okay, thank you, John and Mary. Please settle down now. It seems clear that this in or out membership thing is generally not determined by any one party. It seems more of an interactive dance between the leader and the follower that generally both contribute to in various ways. For some leaders and followers, it seems they can have a much smoother dance, supported by better alignment between personalities, expectations and values, and much, much more. For others, the poor alignment results in a less natural flow and possibly many a bruised toe. This is what the term dyadic exchange and the LMX theory is really getting at. Whether you are a good or a dud leader, every leader doesn't simply lead a group, rather they have an interactive and individual leadership relationship with each person within that group. I want to thank you, John and Mary, for giving us such a fantastic live example of this principle in action. Well done.
So maybe, John, we do make a good team after all.
Yeah, I don't think so. You're fired.
The final phase is the mature partnership phase, where in-group members have high-quality exchanges, build trust and respect. Out-group members are now withdrawn. Okay, so now let's look at the strengths and weaknesses of LMX theory. Strengths are, it analyzes the leader-follower relationships and interactions. Focuses on communication. Is it really fair? Is it fair to give favour to some and not to others? It fails to explain how high-quality exchanges are created. It doesn't elaborate on how to gain access to in-groups. And what other factors are at play, such as workplace culture or norms? So there are some important considerations that leaders need to think about in terms of in and out group members. Leaders should give opportunities for out group members to become in group members. Leaders should not make assumptions and categorise out group members too quickly. Leaders should provide positive feedback which will build trust so out group members can become in group members.
Sorry to interrupt again, but I can hear this video is coming to an end now, and I just had a couple of other thoughts to add. Firstly, an in and out group concept seems to have validity, but it is a very simple and dichotomized view. I wonder if it's less cut and dry, and the relationship between the leader and each follower is actually better thought of as being different points on a continuum rather than two different groups. Secondly, the theory is a bit light on for detail. However, let's imagine for just a moment that our followers are indeed divided into an in and an out group. In a very practical sense, this framework does cause the leader to ask him or herself, how would I classify the members of my team? And then in a moment of critical self-reflection, if I can see there are members in the out group, how did I contribute to how they got there? Finally, and just as importantly, the leader can ask, as a leader, have I marooned them there forever? Or have I and will I extend an opportunity for them to come back to the in-group?
So in conclusion, LMX theory does two things. It describes leadership process and prescribes the process. Both concepts focus on the dyadic relationship between leaders and followers. The LMX theory focuses on in and out groups. It establishes 3 stages of group development and provides better opportunities for more competent and hard-working employees.